they're not monsters. They just, if you show them that compassion and you show them an interest that you care about their education, then, you know, they have the same relationship with you, and they give you that respect. And that's what education is about. It's about gaining the respect and the trust of these kids, and they're our future. You know, they're our tomorrow. They're our every tomorrow, because, you know, you can do something tomorrow, but your every today is your every tomorrow. And we really need to make sure that our parents get these kids enrolled, you know, now. And that way you know where your kids are going next year. And you have a chance to come in and do walkthroughs. Dr. Karat and Dr. Pearson, Ms. Schmidt are all available to take a parent through the school and walk them through so that they can see what goes on daily at Manual. And that way, if that'll make them feel more comfortable to allow their children to come into Manual, then I think that's an option that they should probably take advantage of.
Well, I would say that you are a walking billboard in terms of what needs to be said, but more importantly, what's being done at Manual. And to me, the greatest recruitment is for our audience tonight to hear you as a parent, and Tiana, you as a student, because you're the real story in terms of what's going on. And the tragedy is, as great as this sounds, and it is great, and I know it's true, otherwise you wouldn't say it, because you're not being paid to say it.
Not at all.
But this should be the case in all schools. And this doesn't cost any more. I mean, some things schools can't do because we can't afford it. But caring and sharing and involving is free. In fact, it takes less work to love and to involve than it does to turn people off or put people off. And I'm so glad to know that that's going on, and I certainly hope that the other students in other schools, and more important, the other administrators and other teachers in other schools, pick up on what you're saying in terms of you're loving to be involved and to be informed and so forth, and it makes a difference. And I hope many of the other students will say the same thing that you said, Tiana, that, you know, they love school, they love the teachers, and they love the food. I mean, as I said, there's some kids I'm sitting out there right now saying, I wish I could say that. Well, they can, but maybe they're not in the same kind of an environment, in the same kind of a setting, and that can make a difference. That can either destroy you or it can encourage you, and encouragement is the greatest thing. And as I tell people again, you know, we were born to be of service to others, and it doesn't take any more effort to encourage than it does to discourage. To help others along the way than it is to hurt others who are trying to go down the way. I know at one time I used to hear that, particularly in the African American community, that, you know, when you did the right thing and you did your homework and you tried to do right, and I was ashamed to hear and shocked because of what I've gone through in terms of my life, that you're acting white, as if the only whites know how to learn and can succeed and so forth. We need to join together, just as parents need to join together with the school and with the teacher, and we need to unify our efforts so that our children, regardless of the color of the skin or their gender, will have a real opportunity to learn and be successful in life. And it begins with us. As you probably already know, being a mother, the first teacher, and I know we emphasize that here at PCCEO with our early Head Start and Head Start, is the parent. And it's a continuous thing. And not only should you be involved with that child when it's a baby, but you need to follow them all the way through middle school and high school. It's not a matter of turning him over or her over to somebody else to be responsible, but it's important for the parents out there. Make certain that your kids bring books home. Make certain that they open up the book when they get home, because that's to prepare for the next day or to review what they have had that day. And how do you feel about the homework? Do you think they give you too much?
No, they don't give us too much. They give us just enough.
Just enough. Okay. They've been talking about, and I don't want to spring this on you, but they were talking about possibly reducing school from 5 days to 4 days. How do you feel about that? Would you like to see your days reduced?
I mean, yeah, I'm not even gonna lie.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
I love school, but
right.
yeah.
What would you say? Enough is enough is enough, right? Okay. And 4 days can be sufficient if you use that time wisely. And 5 days is great, and that's what we've traditionally done. Just as every summer we give kids a couple of months off, and that goes way back to when kids had to go to farms and so forth. But and in some cases they're talking about extending the school, making the days longer and so forth. And again, it's not how much time you spend, it's how you spend the time. And that's really the key. Do you have any friends who aren't part of your school that you would like to encourage them? You want to give some shout outs to some of them and say, hey, you better get on over here and join me.
you guys, come to Manual. It's an awesome school. You'll love it.
All right. You've heard it from the one that really matters, and that's one of the students. And again, folks, I want to thank you so much for watching Captions tonight, and hopefully throughout our entire hour tonight, we've talked about a number of topics. You've met a number of different people. And again, my purpose of this show is to educate, to motivate, for you to participate. I think you've heard some things here to educate you. I hope they have motivated you, and I want you to participate. Be sure to sign up. Now, earlier we mentioned that like April the 1st, I believe, was the deadline, but the deadline is an open deadline. Just try to get in as quickly as you can. Get your kid. Don't let him or her be left out of this great program. Andre Bohannon again saying good night. God bless you. Tune in next week.